So in today's video, I'm going to share my latest thoughts on GameStop. It's been quite a while since I've done one of these videos called the GME Stock Thoughts series. And of course, I'm only going to share my personal opinion. You're more than welcome to disagree. Simply documenting my journey as a GameStop investor and just following along with the company and how it continues to evolve. So we just got the most recent earnings report, which was the full year 2023 report, and we saw that they were able to turn a net profit for the first time since 2017. Obviously, there's a lot more work to be done considering that revenue declined year over year. That wasn't the most ideal thing to see. However, I look at it as a situation where they're really trimming the excess and making sure the core business is profitable going forwards. I feel like we're not going to see another net negative year, and that's my opinion. I could be wrong. We'll see what 2024 brings. However, seeing the moves that are being made, such as SG&A being cut lower, some executives being let go, which I understand that's not the best thing necessarily, but the facts are that that's one less person to be paid if they're not being replaced. So it seems like things are just being consolidated consistently and just being extremely nimble and just extremely efficient in how they do things. And a little bit of how they've been able to do that more is better analytics and just data as a whole. Because previously with the old management team, they really didn't have things in place to keep track of individual stores in certain regions, what's doing better here, what's doing better online, what's doing better on the West Coast versus the East Coast, all those sorts of things. And don't get me wrong, I think there's a lot more for the company to do in terms of its improvement in the long term, but I think they continue to move in the right direction. And the reality of it is it's taking longer than some individuals maybe expected in terms of how fast the turnaround would be of the company. But I think they're still moving in the right direction. It's just taking more time than maybe initially anticipated. And with that being said, they do have to find a way to ultimately drive top line revenue growth and the bottom line to grow as well. I think year over year, going from 2023 to 2024, net income will improve even if revenue stays stagnant. But I do want to see them in the long term over the next few years, whether it be an acquisition, getting into a new segment of business, or expanding more into technology, whatever the case. But I want to see them, now that they've trimmed the excess, really just scale upwards in terms of the top line and bottom line. And of course, execution matters. It'll come down to, do they do it or do they not? And I'm just going to keep following on with the company, documenting my journey. And so long as they continue to turn a profit, I'm good where they're at. And I understand it might take some more time, and it is what it is. Some people are going to be okay with that, some aren't. But of course, again, just sharing my opinions. You're always welcome to disagree, and you should always do your own research, do your own due diligence, and decide what's best for you as an individual. And get back on the grind with these videos. Feels good to make this one. Be back. I don't really know why I ever stopped. Got a lot more into live streaming. But thanks for watching. Have a good night.